Welcome back. Today, I'll walk you through how you can use the project budget tracker template. With the help of this particular project budget tracker, you can able to track multiple projects and what are the budget allocated for each and every project and where you're trying to spend for each and every project. All those things can be easily tracked with the help of this particular project budget tracker. So I'll walk you through the different sheets which are there in this project budget tracker and I'll show you how to use each of those sheets. So first, let's try to go to the setup sheet. So this particular setup sheet is a sheet where you can just try to declare all your projects and then set up the complete details over here. So first to get started with, here we have the expense setup. So here I have the expense categories. So different categories are there where I'm just trying to spend for the project. You can say for travel, the labor charges, for materials, equipment, subcontractors and miscellaneous. So this I have different categories which are listed over here. So you can just try to go and list down these categories according to your needs. So next is, so for travel, what is going to be the budget? You can just try to have the budget amount over here. So and for labor, so this is going to be the budget. So then for materials, so this, for each and every expense category, what is going to be the budget? So that is completely listed down over here. Next, we have the status categories. So here you can see status like paid, unpaid, pending approval, this different status are there. So you can just try to even add more status categories. You can even say on hold. So that can be also one status category over here. So this is the complete expense setup table. Next, we have the project setup table. So here you can see we have the project name, then we have the project description, then we have who's going to be the client and the client email ID, then who's going to be the project manager for that particular project and what is going to be the start date and the expected end date is given over here. Then here we have human resource setup. So here we have the resource name, the name of the person, and then what is going to be the role. So we have over here. So this, see, in a company there can be multiple persons. We can have project managers, developer, designers, and many other people. So here the complete people whoever is going to work for this project, we can just try to list down all those people names over here easily. And then you can also give the what is going to be the role. So let's say if I'm going to add a new person, let me say Andrew, and then he is going to be the project manager. Let's say he's going to be one of the project manager. I'll say project manager over here. So you can even add other people also, like the developer, software developer, anybody, whoever is going to be whatever is going to be the role, you can just try to add over here. So this is the human resource setup. So now let me try to come to the project setup, and then here we have all the projects listed, right? So here let me just try to go and create a new project. Let's say course creation. So this is going to be the project. Here I can just try to have a few lines about the project description. So let me say creating a course for data analyst. So this is going to be the project description. So then here we have who is going to be the client name. So here we can just try to have the client name. Let's say the client is going to be David. So David John. So he is going to be the client. And then we can just try to have the email ID for that particular client. So let me say john@gmail.com. So this is going to be the email ID. And then here we are going to have who is going to be the project manager for that particular project. So these are some of the people who are already listed. So if I just try to have this drop down, you can see these are the product managers who are there inside our resource person. So here we have multiple people, right? The human resource setup. We have different resource person, but what the drop down will do is it will just try to take only the project managers from our resource person list. So here you can see Andrew, we have added as a new project manager. So now when I just try to have the drop downs here, it'll just try to show only the project managers, like Sarah as a project manager, John, Michael, all these are project managers. So let me assign this particular project to Andrew. And let me say what is going to be the start date. So let's say the start date is going to be 1st October 2025. That's going to be the start date. And then the end date, let's say it's going to be 30th October 2025. So this is going to be the end date. So I'm just giving it over here. So this is about the complete setup sheet. So here we have the expense setup, then the project setup, then the human resource, and then here we have the currencies. So currencies, we can just try to list down what all the currencies over here. So those currencies we can just try to select it as drop down. So let me go and select US dollars over here. So this is going to be the currency. So automatically in all our sheets, the currency will be automatically changed. So this is about the setup sheet. So now let's try to go for the budget setup sheet. So this is the next sheet we have. So in this sheet, first we'll just try to discuss what are all the categories we have over here. So first we have the project name. So the project name is given as a drop down over here. Then we have the project manager. So the project manager is nothing but for this particular project, whoever is assigned as the project manager in our setup sheet, that project manager name will come over here. Then we have what is going to be the budget for this particular project and how much is spent. Okay, so the spent amount is nothing but it's calculated from the expense tracker. And then what is the variance, we'll just try to have it. So whether we'll also get the status, like whether it's within the budget or over the budget, we'll just try to have the status over here. Now let's try to go and add the new project, whatever we have added. So let's try to go and search for the new project. So the course creation is the project, right? So automatically see Andrew, we have assigned Andrew. So we have got Andrew over here. Then let me try to go and have what is going to be the budget for this one. So let's say it's going to be like $3,500 is going to be the budget. So here you can see $3,500 and the spent amount, that is how much ever is the spent amount, that's actually zero. Since we don't have any amount which is spent. So this is completely whatever the spent amount is completely from the expense tracker. So here we have a sheet called as expense tracker where we are just trying to go and add all our whatever expense we are just trying to do for each and every project. So from that, we'll just try to calculate the total value of our expense for this particular project and then we'll get it over here. So that one is currently zero. And then the amount which is left is actually $3,500 and it is given us within the budget. So this is the budget setup sheet. So you can just try to go and add whatever is going to be the budget for each and every project. You can just try to completely have it in this project budget setup sheet. Next, we have the income tracker. So in this income tracker, this particular sheet is nothing but it is used to track our complete income. So how much ever the client has actually paid to us. So this particular sheet is actually completely to track the income from the client. So here, first we have the project name over here. So you can see this again a drop down. Next we have the date, like on which date that particular client has actually paid us. So that one we have. Next we have how much amount they have paid and it was paid by whom. That's nothing but the client name, right? So we'll get the client name. Then which month. So automatically you'll just try to get the month from this one. And then what is the note? So like the payments can happen in different phases, right? So you can just try to have some notes like whether it's going to be the first payment or whether it's going to be the like for each and every milestone, whatever is going to be the payment, you can just try to have it over here. So those notes you can just try to enter it over here. So now let's try to go and add a new income here. So let's say that I'm just trying to go and then for a new project, whatever I've created, that's the course creation. So let me say on 5th October 2025. So that's going to be the date. So we'll have the date and then here we'll have what is going to be the value. So that's nothing but the amount, how much amount we're just trying to get. So since the project is going to be like $3,500 is the budget. So I'll say $1,000 and automatically we'll get who is going to be the client. So from whom we'll usually get the payment. So it's usually from the client, right? So the client name is mentioned over here and it's given October month. And here I can give what is going to be the notes. So I'll say initial payment. So this is going to be the notes over here. So like this, you can just try to add all the incomes over here and then you will be easily able to track for each and every project how much income you have just got from the client. You will be easily able to get it. So now when I go to the budget sheet and then let's say if I go down, you can see that the course creation. So it's actually 3,500 and the spent amount is zero and the total which is remaining is 3,500. So that's here, right? So now we have completed the income tracker sheet. So this the complete details about the income tracker. So this particular sheet is mainly used to track your income. Next, we'll go to the expense tracker. So in the expense tracker, it's completely used to like track where you're trying to spend for each and every project. So that is where this expense tracker sheet comes. So here, first you have what is going to be the date, then you have what is going to be the project. So there's a drop down, then we have the expense category. So this expense category is nothing but we have mentioned the different categories in the setup sheet, right? So here we have like given different expense categories over here, right? So those categories will come as a drop down over here. Then we have the description. So then we have the quantity or hours, how much the person has worked. Then what is going to be the cost per hour? Okay, so that's nothing but the unit or cost per hour. We can just try to mention. Automatically, this will calculate. Like 50 into 20 is nothing but $1,000. So it's automatically calculated. And then here we have whether it's paid, unpaid, on hold. So here is nothing but the status we have over here. Then it's incurred by whom. So for which person? So we have all the person like whoever is in the human resource category. So all those person will be there. Okay. So who has actually worked for this month? So we'll have it over here. Then we have the month. So for which month this has been built. So all this like this, we can just try to like list down our complete expenses over here. So now let me just try to go and add some expense over here. So let's say for 10th October 2025. So let me just try to go and have for this project, that's the course creation. And then let's say it's for labor. Let's say it's going to be for curriculum creation. You're just trying to spend. So on the total hours, there's nothing but here we have the hours and then the unit, right? So here, let's say the total hours is like 30 hours and then we're going to pay $20 per hour. So automatically it will calculate and give us 600 is going to be the expense. So here, let me say that it is going to be like pending approval. I can just say this is going to be the status and then to whom are we going to pay? So let's say to Michael is going to be, we are going to pay Michael. So like this, we can just try to go and add the expense. Now, when I come to the budget setup sheet, so here you can see the course creation is the project. So here is the project manager and then here is the total budgeted amount. So here how much amount actually we have like spent for this particular project, we'll get it. So whatever amount we're just trying to enter it over here. So automatically that will calculate the sum of those values will get calculated and then we will get that in the project, like the project budget setup sheet. So this somewhere it's very much useful. So for each and every project, how much you have spent, whether it's within the budget, whether it's on budget or whether it's exceeding the budget, you'll be easily able to track with the help of this one. So this is about the expense tracker sheet. So you can just try to completely list down your expense and then for each and every project, how much you're just trying to spend. And then you'll be easily able to track it. So this is the details about the expense tracker sheet. So next we'll come to the project overview. So this project overview is nothing but for each and every project, you can just try to like select the project and then automatically this complete sheet will automatically get adjusted to that. So let's say I'll just try to go and select website redesign is going to be the project. So who's going to be the client for that particular project, we'll get it here. And then what is going to be the client email ID, we'll get it here. And the project description and the who is assigned as the project manager for this particular project. Then what is the project start date, what is the expected date and what is the project budget and current budget status also we'll have, whether it's over budget or it's within the budget, we'll be able to get it. And as well as for that particular project, whatever is the total income we have got from the client. So that we are getting here. So you can see it's like $155,000 over here. How much expense we have done for this particular project, you can just see it over here. Then here you will have what is going to be the net profit and what is the percentage of budget spent. Okay, so that we are having. So now let's try to go and try to change this for the course creation. So see here we have all the things. So it's within the budget. So the total income is $1,000 we have got from the client. So 600 is spent. And what is the net profit? You will get it over here. And then the percentage of budget, whatever is spent. So here you also get some graphs So first is you have a graph for budget amount versus total expenses. Like 3,500 is the total budget, and then 600 is the expense, and your income versus expense. So 1,000 is the income, and then expense is $600. So here we are having two donut charts over here. Then below this one, you will have what is going to be monthly income. So month-wise income we'll have. So only in October, we have got $1,000. And what is the expense by payment status? So here we have only pending approval. So if I just try to go and change this to mobile app launch, okay. So maybe mobile app launch, or let's say cloud storage implementation. So let's try to have this. So here you can see what is the total income, everything is over here, and then the paid amount we'll have, and for each and every month how much income we have got from the client. So all these things we'll be easily able to track, and for that particular project all these details we'll be able to track with the help of this particular sheet. So this project overview sheet is like very useful. So just by clicking, like selecting the project, this whole complete sheet will automatically change according to that project. So you'll get the complete details for that particular project, what is going to be the income, expense, and all these key pointers and everything you'll be easily able to track with the help of this project overview sheet. Next, we'll go to the last sheet, that's going to be our project dashboard. So this is something, one of the important sheets over here. So here we have the complete dashboard for the entire project. So it's going to be like for all our projects together, we'll have it. Whereas the project overview sheet is for project by project, we can just try to track it. But this project budget tracker, this complete dashboard is going to be for all the projects, whatever we are trying to do. So here we have some of the important key pointers. Like first we have the number of projects tracked. So like 20 projects we have in total, and the total project budget. So what is going to be the total project budget, and then total expenses, what we have spent, and like the total budget left, what is going to be the left amount, and what is going to be the total amount, and what is the total income we have got, we are having it over here, and what is the net profit, we are just trying to have it over here. And below this, you also have like how much percentage of the budget utilization monitor, like 89% of the budget is left still. So automatically, like for 100%, like a bar, we'll have it over here. Then you can see for each and every expense category how much we have spent. So like you can see for each and every expense category, like on our setup sheet, we have given what is going to be the budget over here, right? So here, how much amount is spent? Like for travel, only 1% of the budget is spent, whereas for labor, like 13%, for materials, 9%, for equipment, and for subcontractors and miscellaneous. So like this, you can easily able to get a graph over here. So how much percentage is actually spent and how much is not spent. So easily you'll be able to track all your expense categories over here. Next, we have the rank your projects by selected metrics. So here we have different metrics, whether it's going to be profit, expense, or income. So let's say that if I want to select by profit, so here you can see this is going to be the first project, so which is the customer support chatbot. That's the most profit which has given us. Then the project track, then marketing campaign, like this we have. So if I just try to go and change this to expense wise, so where we have just tried to spend more, for which project we have just tried to spend. So what you can see, for data migration, we have spent the most. Then we have the mobile app launch, website redesign, like this we have it. If I just try to go and change this to income wise, so where we have got the most income. So here you can see this, where we have got the most income wise, all these projects are automatically aligned over here. Next is we have the top 10 income generating clients. So who are going to be the top 10 income generating clients? So the client name and the whatever income we have generated, we are just getting over here. So next we have upcoming due projects. So which projects are due in how many days? So you can see like all these projects over here. So overdue projects are shown in red color over here. And then like you can see the course creation is like due in 25 days, CRM in 65 days. Like this, you can just try to get all the projects, how much, like what is going to be the due. So they are due in how many days, you will be easily able to see it. Next, we have the monthly income. So for each and every month, how much income we have earned. So for April, you can just see, and for October, September, like this, you can just try to see for each and every month how much income we have actually got. So below this one, you have expense by categories. So for each and every category, what is going to be the expense? So we're just trying to have a bar chart over here. Then monthly expense wise, we are just trying to have the graph over here. So next we have the expense by status. So paid, pending approval, and unpaid. So how many are paid? Like 44 bills are paid. Like pending approval, 17 are pending, and then unpaid, like 7 are unpaid. So easily we'll be able to see this over here in this particular chart. So this is the complete project budget tracker dashboard. So with the help of this dashboard, like you can just try to like track all your projects together. So with the help of this particular project budget tracker template, like you can track multiple projects at a time. So for each and every project also, you will have the project overview where you can just try to track that particular project, and then the complete dashboard will automatically align. And then for all the project also, you can track with the help of this complete dashboard. So I hope you would have got a brief idea on how to use this project budget tracker template. So thank you for watching the complete overview of how to use the project budget tracker, and I'll see you in another tutorial.